Hello Scorpio, welcome to your December 2019 reading. Thanks for joining me. My name's Michelle and this is for Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs. Before we get started, I wanted to mention quickly that I have my 2020 year ahead forecasts available. Those are in the link down below, so if you'd like to go there after this reading, please do check those out. Okay, let's take a look here, Scorpio. You are rare and free. There are not many like you. So celebrating your uniqueness, not willing to conform or be what others expect of you, but rather being yourself. There's an element around this of freedom, of course, being more authentically you. But the energy that I'm getting around this reading overall is that it's been a struggle to find places, people that accept you, where you fit. You must learn to embrace all that makes you different and become the very best you that you can possibly be. You'll never be defined, Scorpio, so why go there? There's an energy here of knowing how rare you are, precious you are, unique you are, and not wanting to conform. Because you don't want to disguise, you don't want to pretend to be someone that you're not. So attempting to be like others, allowing yourself to be told who you ought to be, instead of doing that, I feel like your differences should be celebrated. And you should be celebrated for your uniqueness. Now, Scorpio, the energy around you is Sisters of the Seasons. And this is from Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. It speaks of cycles of growth, the natural law, and the divine order. They remind you that everything has a natural rhythm that obeys a higher law, just as the seasons passed. So does birth. The cycle of birth, growth, harvest, and then decay, and that can't be altered. So keeping on your path with determination, with discernment, allowing for the natural course of events to unfold, success is assured if you do that. Now, I feel it is about partnership because we have as the overall energy here kindred partnership, and this is from the Quantum Oracle. So you're wanting to find that special person, that like-minded person where you fit, who will celebrate you for who you are, your uniqueness, rather than wanting to fit you into some kind of category, a box. I feel it's a matter of time. It seems to suggest that the time isn't here just yet, Scorpio, but you're being asked to submit to a higher power than you. So not controlling an outcome here, but just letting it naturally occur in your life, having this come to you at the right time. Now, Scorpio, let's see where this goes. At the bottom of the deck for you, we have the Page of Swords. So there's an element here of curiosity, wanting to see, wanting to feel, wanting to find out where you fit, where you belong. There's that kind of energy that I'm feeling around this entire reading. So let's get started. Okay, Scorpio, let's take a look. The Six of Swords. Transition. Moving from one thing to another. You may be coming out of a relationship or even a place, could be a job as well, which has been rather stormy, rocky. But Scorpio, I get the essence around this card that it's been a very slow transition, and this transition is just starting to begin in December. This movement away from difficulties around finding a partnership, but you're well on your way. You're on your way. You've moved away from the dock here. Your ship has moved away from the dock. You're starting the journey And it's a good thing that that has begun. Yeah, because what you're moving away from is the past with the Five of Cups in reverse. You want to move to the future. You want to leave what you need to leave in the past, regrets, disappointments, perceived failures, all of those kinds of things. You want to move away from that. You want to move into the future with optimism, looking at your future opportunities rather than what you may have lost in the past. Now, Scorpio, we do have the Three of Pentacles. The energy that I'm getting around this is that this is in relation to finding people who will recognize you for your unique talents, your abilities. So you definitely want to do that. For some of you, it is about career. For others of you, it's about relationships. But where you felt undervalued, disappointed in the past that you haven't been recognized for being you, I feel that you're moving away from those kinds of energies and moving towards people who are more like you, will appreciate you, and are very patient, very understanding, and they're not trying to impose some kind of will onto you or force you into some kind of box. We have the Moon card. Now, of course, you don't know where this journey is going to lead, so there's a lot of unknowns here. But nevertheless, I feel you're being guided to trust that things will work out in the long run. The journey might be a long one and you're just starting, but I get the essence around this of don't let fear or worries overtake you on this journey. Trust that you'll be guided. You know, the moon provides enough light to guide, especially if it's full. So you want to come into a mindset here when we're talking about cycles, coming from something that has been completed, a full moon completion, if you will, ready to start on a new cycle. This gives you the most light to see forward. It does speak about cycles of growth, so you're in a growth cycle. So where things have been stagnant, being placed on hold, I see you being able to make forward motion here, Scorpio. Now, we have the Queen of Wands. So there is someone around you. I've got them as potentially a fire sign, but they don't have to be a fire sign. It's more their energy that I'm feeling around this. So there is someone around you who recognizes your unique talents and abilities. And when we speak about someone who's rare and free, well, that's the Queen of Wands, isn't it? In the upright, this is an adventurous spirit, a free spirit, someone who is very optimistic. There's a feeling here of someone who is not afraid to take chances, take risks, an entrepreneur, and also guides by leading by example, really. Do as I do, not as I say. So this is someone who walks the walk, not just talks the talk. This is someone who follows through. So there's good energy around this other person. Okay, we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. So you want to focus on what's going to make you happy in the long term, not just in the short term. So I get this as moving away from just satisfying short-term desires and goals and thinking more long range. Not living with regrets. You definitely don't want to live with regrets here, Scorpio. You want to actually be seen as doing something about your life, making changes where you feel like you need to make changes, rather than sitting in a state of self-pity or worrying about where you are currently or what you feel like you might have missed out on in the past. The Eight of Pentacles. It's going to take work, though. This is something that's going to really draw on your ability to test yourself. Physically, mentally, the whole 9 yards here. You'll be recognized for this hard work. I truly feel that. So if anyone is around you at the current time that doesn't appreciate the hard work that you're putting in, I get that you're moving away from those people and moving towards an individual or group of people who are more on your level here when it comes to the amount of hard work that you're willing to put in to be recognized in your field, in your career. We have the Four of Swords in reverse and the World. Yeah, I get that this again is a cycle of completion and you're coming into a new growth. So you are leaving something behind here, Scorpio. After spending some time thinking about things, you're finding clarity. You have been working a lot. I get that essence. You've necessarily had to take a step back to take stock of where you currently are at so that you can be mentally prepared for what comes next. There's a feeling here of needing to complete out a cycle successfully, not leave any loose threads around. Tie up all those loose ends so you can move on. I get very much an energy here of full moon completion. The outcome here is the Ten of Cups in reverse. Yeah, so that's what I mean. I feel like there's an unhappy family situation, some disharmony in home or family that you're moving away from. The family isn't going to be happy. I get emotional distance between you and a group of people that no longer fulfill you. It could be family, it doesn't have to be though, it just could be a large number of people around you that are not on the same page as you, that you're leaving behind and they're not happy about it, Scorpio. But I get the essence that there is someone around you or coming into your life here. I've got fire sign energy that is going to be more on your page with this kindred partnership. So let's see where this goes. I'll do the dual reading here. We'll get a start on that, Scorpio. Yeah, wild and free, wanting to be free, a free spirit, leaving things behind that no longer suit you, Scorpio, leaving regrets behind, saying, you know what, I'm going to take this opportunity because I don't want to be that person once you get to a certain age that looks back and say, you know, I had that opportunity and I let it pass me by. You don't want to be that person, Scorpio. So let's take a look. The energy of Scorpio towards the person that they are dealing with here in the month of December. The energy of Scorpio, please. And let's take a look at the other person. They have the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck. The person that Scorpio is dealing with. The energy of that person towards Scorpio, please. The energy of that person towards Scorpio. Alright, let's take a look. We'll cut these cards. We'll do your energy first, but of course either side can resonate. So please keep that in mind. Whatever side resonates the most with you, Scorpio, that's your message. Past energy around this situation. Where you currently stand with this, where you hope to stand with this situation in the future, how you're viewing this other person, Scorpio, your doubts and fears about this, what is the challenge that you need to overcome, and the outcome. And let's take a look at the other person. Their past energy around this, where they currently stand, where they hope to stand with this in the future, how they're viewing you, Scorpio, their doubts and fears about this, their challenge that they need to overcome, and the outcome. Let's take a look. Scorpio. All right. We have the Three of Cups in reverse for you. Yeah, so I get that Kindred, when we think about partnerships and kindred partnerships, people who we get along with, it seems like you haven't found where you fit. You felt like an outsider. You didn't feel like you belonged. There's an element around this of not feeling good about the people that you're with. I get superficial friends, acquaintances, but they're not really on board with what you want to do. I feel that they've got their own things going on and you feel separate from them, apart. The other person here has the Lovers. So I get major decisions in their life that they've made recently, or that they need to make a decision in their life. It's a major life decision that is going to be about not only love and commitment and all of that kind of thing, but I get life path is around this as well. Yes, and who they want to be on board their train, if you will. So they seem to have come to a conclusion about where they're going, but I get the essence that they are missing that kind of love connection in their life. Okay, we have the High Priestess in reverse and the Three of Pentacles in reverse. I do get an energy around you here, Scorpio, of keeping secrets. For some of you, I do get potential third parties. If this is about a love situation, I have to say, I do get that energy that you may have had a third party. It seems like the other person is not feeling recognized. Okay, so I've got it as the other person who doesn't feel recognized, but of course it can be vice versa, so keep that in mind. But in this particular spread, it's coming up as, especially for my cross watchers, that this Gemini has undervalued this partner of theirs. They're feeling like they are you're not fully in it with them, and that you're keeping secrets, possibly around a third party. But the thing with a third party is I also get an essence of that person's not right for you either. Gemini, let's see. Okay. In the near future, we've got the Queen of Cups. Scorpio, that's you. And I feel it's about being able to be emotionally open and aware. Sharing your emotions with others rather than being closed off. I see it as a nurturing, caring energy. The other person has the Knight of Wands. So I do get an energy around them of a travel, a relocation, something that they feel passionate about. It may not even be a person, it could just be wanting to move somewhere, perhaps because of work. How are you viewing this person, Scorpio? Okay. The Seven of Cups in reverse. They're viewing you here. They've got the Queen of Wands in the reverse. And we did get that Queen of Wands in the previous reading. So I do feel that there's something that you want to bring into fruition. Someone that you have your eye on. Maybe someone that you've even fantasized about for a while here, Scorpio. But I do think that there's an energy around this of wanting to see the reality rather than just keep dreaming about this person. So you don't want to follow your emotions. I get a lot of emotional energy with these cups. And I get repression of feelings, repression of intuition. Yeah, finding that kindred partnership. But I get that you do have your eye on someone that you feel might be the potential, but yet you're really just daydreaming or fantasizing about this person. Now, Scorpio, the Queen of Wands in reverse is how they feel about you. It seems like they've kind of, can I say, given away their power just a little bit. they may be quite yielding or acquiescing to your demands. Like if you say, okay, well, I don't want to be in this partnership, or I'm thinking about someone else, I get the essence that this person will just say, okay then, and let it go. So not really fighting for the relationship is what I'm getting around them. Yeah, there's a lot of reality that wants to come out of this reading, but there's also a lot of emotional fantasy as well, which I'm a little bit concerned about, Scorpio. Your doubts and fears, you've got the Empress. So for you, I get an essence of wanting to have in your life the kind of partnership where you feel you can co-create with a partner. Someone who is on equal terms. So not having any kind of codependence. I feel like it's making a choice. You want to make a choice of a partner who is going to bring out the best in you, and likewise, you bring out the best in them. And it's not just about love, it's about creating a life, a lifestyle, the kind of life that you want, bringing that into the world. You may feel like there's a person around you, Scorpio, who you want to bring into your life because you feel like they're going to be an asset to you rather than a detriment. Okay, they have the Page of Swords in reverse as their doubts and fears. There seems to be some kind of communication issue around this. Whatever message they're getting, they're not getting it from you, they're getting it from third-party sources, or even from third-party communication, kind of like the internet. So they're not getting it from the horse's mouth. So there's a lot of miscommunication, things that are assumptions that are not true. So they're fearing not hearing communication from you about what you want. I get an essence here of you're not communicating with this person. You feel some kind of intuitive, spiritual kind of connection with this individual. You see them as someone who can be a kindred partnership in the future, but yet you're not communicating with them. Your challenge is the Justice card, so it's about making a choice. You want to be true to yourself, and you want to act with integrity, of course. I feel that you need to make a choice, but you're very concerned about making the right choice and doing the right thing, not just for yourself, but for everyone that gets affected by your choice. You know that there is a long-standing consequences here around this decision. And for you, you're deliberating. You're weighing up all of the sides. There's an element here of making sure that you pay attention to every detail before you make any kind of big decision here, Scorpio. The Seven of Wands is the other person's challenge. I feel that the challenge here is you being quite standoffish. I get it as you here who has been reticent to get involved with this person. So you've been wanting to act with integrity, do the right thing, which is great. But the other person, I feel, probably feels a bit. I have it's the third party here, actually, not the partner, that feels quite like you're keeping them at arm's length, keeping them at a distance. I don't think this is not an affair, this is not a sexual thing, this is just someone that you feel is on your level. You very much want to be with this person, but yet you can't. I think that you're ignoring that intuition right now. You're not communicating with this individual, although I think that you want to be with them at some point in the future. It's just that you're you don't feel ready, or you just feel like you don't have it within you at the moment. You want to be sure, you want to be absolutely sure before you make any move. The other person does want to be with you. I feel like they're ready to relocate or move or do, they're kind of waiting for your word, is kind of how I'm feeling. Waiting for communication from you as to where is this going, but they're not hearing anything. And I think that what they are hearing could be detrimental to the relationship or the future of the relationship, because it doesn't seem to be based on fact. We have the Three of Swords in reverse. Yeah, I'm a little bit frightened about this, because I get an essence around you of you're repressing things. You're repressing your intuition. You're repressing your emotions as well. And this can be very harmful, detrimental to your health in the long term. So there's something here that you've been holding on to for a long time, Scorpio, that you haven't released. The other person has the Queen of Swords. So for them, it's about paying attention to their own needs and doing what's best for them in the long term. So how long will this person wait around? Well, I get the essence. I get the essence here that they are unlikely to wait around for too long, Scorpio. Yeah, I get the essence here, Scorpio, that there's this third party around you. You're not paying attention to your intuition. It seems like this person wants to be with you. You're keeping them at arm's length. They want to move forward with you. There's an energy around them, though, of holding back and just being willing for you to lead, for you to take the lead. You do want to have someone around you that is going to be good for you, though. I think that you're afraid that this person is not. I get an energy around this of repressing emotions, and I also feel the other person is likely to come to some kind of decision here. They may decide to move on, Scorpio. So we'll see where this goes in part 2. I hope that you join me there. The link is below in the descriptions box, and it'll be about another 30 or so minute reading, so please do join me. I'll be clarifying everything on the table, and I'll be looking at some Lenormands as well, and doing some oracles to see some guidance for you around this in the future. Please do join me if this is resonating. If you'd prefer a personal reading, please reach out. My email is gypsyinsights@gmail.com. Don't forget about those 2020 yearly forecasts. The information about those is also in the descriptions box below. Scorpio, wish you the best. If I don't see you beforehand, happy holidays, and I will speak to you in part 2, or I will speak to you again very soon. Bye for now, Scorpio.